It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
Melissa DeRosa, you have some breaking news. You have some ideas. I understand one of the ladies that went against Governor Cuomo, all of a sudden she doesn't want to testify under oath. You tell us what's going on.
Well, first of all, good to hear your voice, John. It's been a while. Hope you and your family had a nice Thanksgiving and are getting ready for a nice Christmas season. Yes, breaking news late yesterday, Charlotte Bennett, who was probably the most crucial of the women who came forward against Governor Cuomo and caused him to have to resign unfairly, sued him and a number of other people, myself included, in federal court looking for money. And she had her deposition scheduled. And on the eve of her deposition, essentially, out of nowhere, yesterday, she unilaterally dismisses her case, doesn't want to go under oath. So, I mean, you tell me, what does that look like? What does that say when somebody who has gone on national television, sat for interviews with the New York Times, helped take down a duly elected governor, who then turns around and sues him and a number of other people who did absolutely nothing wrong for money, cannot sit or will not sit for a deposition under oath. So it was crazy, and a lot of lawyers I speak to say it's unprecedented.
So the Justice Department, or whoever was pushing the buttons in Washington that help bring down Governor Cuomo, something's rotten in Albany?
Well, look, it was Tish James, right? Tish James, who wanted the governor's job, who from day one would not rule out wanting to run for governor, who insisted on being the person who controlled the investigation, who puts out this since discredited, totally inflammatory report, which was then reviewed by 5 district attorneys. Every single one of them threw it in the garbage where it belonged. And then you have a couple of women who, off of that report, it was like an invitation to sue, right? Free money. Everybody loves free money. And so Charlotte Bennett filed a lawsuit against the governor and me and a couple of other people. And it was truly shocking. She's getting ready to be deposed under oath, and she, out of nowhere, pulls her lawsuit and voluntarily dismisses it. So, it continues to blow my mind. If I hadn't lived it, if I hadn't written the book about it, if I hadn't gone through it, you couldn't make this up. Movie writers could not script what's gone on here in New York and the abusive justice system and what happened to Governor Cuomo through all of this, weaponized Me Too hysteria.
Melissa, it's Richard Weinberg. Good to talk to you again. You remember the famous expression? Where do I go to get my reputation back?
Exactly. And you know what, Judge? The crazy thing, the New York Times, who put this woman on the map, they broke the story, put it on the front page, ruined a man's life, ruined Governor Cuomo's life, the pain it caused his family. They didn't even cover that Charlotte Bennett dismissed her own lawsuit yesterday. So where do you go to get your reputation back? It's a very good question, but I promise you I'm not going to rest until I find the answer.
Well, go get him. Go get him. We're behind you.
When I tell you guys, if the state blinks, because she's also suing the state, because she's trying to get Hochul, she's trying to publicly pressure Kathy Hochul to give her some free money. She filed a motion for summary judgment based on Tish James's report alone. The judge ruled against her and said, no, you're not getting summary judgment. Tish James's report is not a legal document. It carries no legal weight whatsoever. It took out a governor, but it carries no legal weight.
Exactly right.
So she's trying to pressure the state into giving her cash now. And what I say is, number one, they should not give her $1. Should not give her $1. It would set such a terrible precedent. But number two, if they do as like a nuisance suit just to make it go away because they don't want to spend the money to defend it, they should have to publicly release all of the discovery. Because Judge John, when I tell you I saw this discovery, I'm not saying anything that's not in public documents. Every single one of her claims about the governor is refuted by her in her own text messages and in these videos she took of herself. It's really, truly unbelievable. And the people of New York have a right to know why it is that the person that they elected to be governor was forced to leave office and what the Attorney General of the state of New York did for her own political motivation.
Melissa DeRosa, thank you for the information. The American people deserve to know the truth. New Yorkers deserve to know the truth. And keep fighting and keep finding out what it is. And WABC will always provide a microphone to you.
Thank you very much, John. Good to hear from all of you. Going to talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.